So the last couple of weeks here in crypto have been some of the most chaotic that I've ever seen before. And again, this is coming from someone I was here during the FTX crash. I was here during the Lunar crash. I was here when Celsius went down. I mean, everything over the last 5 or 6 years, I've seen it all. And I can confidently say this has been some of the most chaotic price movement and price action and volatility that I've really ever seen here in the world of crypto. And because of all of this chaos, man, I've seen so many things happen. It's honestly been shocking where on a one Monday, we can have all-time highs and everyone's excited to the next, by Saturday of that same week, people are taking their lives because of how fast things started falling. I mean, it's been chaos. And because of this chaos, earlier today, I was actually just walking through the woods. Don't know why, but walking through the woods. And I honestly just, after thinking about all of this chaos, I asked myself a question. And the question that I asked myself is, Tyler, is this really what you want to do? I've made enough money through business. I made enough money through YouTube. My investing profile is fine at this point. If I wanted to retire and just have fun with my wife, probably for the rest of my life, I could. But I still do it every single day. And I asked myself, I kind of questioned that. I said, Tyler, is this truly what you want to do with your time, with your life, with your passion, your energy? Is this really what you want to do? And it was an interesting question. And it was a question that was so interesting that not only did I want to make a video about it, asking you to answer this question yourself, but I wanted to share with you what my brain started thinking as I was answering that question because I thought it might be interesting. So first things first is, yes, I do want to do this. Yes, I do want to commit energy, time, passion to this. Yes, I do want to take time away from my wife, take time away from my family, from traveling, from my passions, my hobbies to do this, yes. And I guess the reason why is because I've come to recognize that cryptocurrency, how do I want to word this? Cryptocurrency is a perfect reflection of what hard work leading to success in real life looks like. Let me break that down. So what I've come to realize is that in every single thing that I've done in my entire life, the most rewarding things that I've ever experienced were the things that were the hardest to reach. So the biggest accomplishments that I've ever reached required the most out of me, the most emotional input. The hardest fights I've ever won as a professional fighter were the most accomplished that I've ever felt as a professional fighter was after winning fights that I worked the hardest. The moments where I was in that cage and I felt like I was on top of the world, like truly the man in the arena, was after I beat someone that it brought me to a different place where I really had to give it everything I had. I had to stop loving everything around me and focus on this fight, and I won it, right? Or in business, the biggest months I've ever had, hundreds of thousands of dollars being generated in just 1 month, 4 weeks, 3 weeks. These sorts of accomplishments only came after I worked incredibly hard. We're talking 12-hour days, 15-hour days. And the reason I say this is because at a young age, I've really come to recognize that the absolute best things, the most rewarding things in life oftentimes come at the biggest cost. And it makes sense, right? The more valuable something is, the more it costs. That's just human nature. And I think cryptocurrency has shown me that cryptocurrency in itself is the perfect reflection of that in the traditional finance space. Because truth be told, I believe that cryptocurrency poses the best opportunity of all investing spaces in terms of risk versus reward. When you consider that the only risk that you really have when investing is just losing 100% of the money you put in, but the reward is somewhat infinite, it poses the best one. I think when you look at something like Solana, for example, risk versus reward says that, a 10x for Solana is much easier to come by than if I was to go buy a single family unit in Lafayette, Louisiana, right? Or if I was to buy a 10-plex. I have a 10-plex. I have a 61-plex out in Abilene, Texas, and 61 apartments. And what I'm hoping for with that is that after we do a refinance, cash out refi, that I'm capable of generating a 2x return on that property in just a couple years. But what's crazy about that is that, the 61-plex, I'm hoping for a 2x. Hoping for a 2x in crypto is like hoping that the sun rises tomorrow. A 2x for Bitcoin, in my opinion, over the next couple of years is almost guaranteed. Same for Ethereum, same for Solana and all that, right? But as it does come like that, and as it is so much more likely that I can get a 2x, a 5x, or a 10x from Bitcoin or Solana, whatever it may be, the path to get there is going to be much more difficult. We're going to have days, weeks, months, and years of boredom, of fear, uncertainty, questioning, ridicule. All of these things are going to occur. in the path and in the journey to that accomplishment, which is again that 100 times, 50x return, 10x return, 100x return, again, whatever it may be. And so crypto, in my opinion, is a perfect reflection of what I mentioned before in that, yes, it comes with the biggest rewards, but the route to get there is going to be the hardest. And to me, knowing that it will be the hardest route to get there, it's enticing to me. Like, I'm not just going to give up. Just because it's volatile doesn't mean I'm going to give up. Just because it's crazy doesn't mean I'm going to give up. Just because it fucking drains me mentally sometimes to be an investor and a business owner and a fucking husband, and I have to run a YouTube channel someday, at the same time. Just because it's hard doesn't mean I'm going to give up. Because I've come to recognize that when I get put through these environments, when they are the hardest, oftentimes the accomplishments are the best. The wealth is the best, the revenue, whatever it may be. And so as I started going through these thoughts, I was like, you know what? Yes, of course. No, I'm not going anywhere. Of course, this is what I want. Because I fucking know that the hardest things in life oftentimes precede the best things in life. And so my answer is yes, I really want this. But it doesn't mean that everyone should. And one thing that I will say is after these last few weeks, I think a lot of people have had the opportunity to see how bad it can get in crypto. I mean, we saw the crypto market fall faster than I've ever seen before. I've never seen an asset class wipe that much wealth in an instant, just like that. And as a result of that, especially if you felt the craziness, the chaos from the last few weeks, I want you to have a moment just like I had. Don't come up with the same answer as me, but have a moment and ask yourself, do I really want this? Because listen, Bitcoin's up right now. ETH is up right now. Solana, XRP, they're all up right now. Maybe not where they were, but they are up right now. And now is a great time to get the fuck out. And if your answer is, you know what? It's not worth it. I don't want to go through all this. I don't want to deal with all this. I can go invest in stocks or real estate. I don't blame you. Because just because I'm willing to go through some bullshit to get to there doesn't mean everyone should and that everyone could. And so I pose a question to all of you to end this video. Is this really what you want? And if so, why? And interestingly, I would like you to put in the comments, why? Is this what you want or is it not? And yeah, let's chat about it. I know this was a bit of a different video, but I've had some time to really self-reflect out here, and it's opened my eyes to a couple of things. So I'll keep sharing those things with you. I hope you all are having a great night. Let's chat in the comments. Bye, everybody.